Hello, I'm Gavin Townsend at PT Gavin Townsend on Instagram. Here with Sarah Loran at Sarah Loran, also on Instagram. Today's subject, we're going to talk about nutrition for women who want to lose weight. So Sarah, you're a bikini fitness competitor, you've also done an amazing transformation. What tips would you give a woman who wants to lose weight when it comes to nutrition?
I'd say stick to more of a protein-based diet, high fats, and good clean carbs.
Okay, so for a complete novice watching this video for the first time, what do you class as healthy proteins?
So I tend to eat a lot of chicken, fish. I also have eggs and red meat occasionally, not too often.
Okay, and in terms of fats, because there's a lot of misconception out there around fats, people automatically assume if they don't eat fat, they're naturally going to lean up, but actually it does have a negative effect on the body. So eating healthy fats does actually help with, ironically, losing fat.
Yeah.
What healthy fats would you recommend for women to use?
So I have avocado in salads, nuts, peanut butter,
Okay.
cooking, say, coconut oil.
So what carbohydrates do you have in your diet?
So I have sweet potato, rice, brown rice and white rice, pasta, but obviously not a massive amount of pasta, and oats, which is my favourite.
So you've done your own transformation and you've had your own journey, and you've obviously had to learn more about nutrition as much as learn about fitness. Now, when you did your transformation, did you find it quite hard coming off certain sugars, certain junk foods at first?
Yeah.
What advice would you give there?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to ride it out, to be honest, because the first week is, especially with sugar, you do feel awful, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is that they think they're ill or they think they need to have this sugar, but first week you tend to feel a bit tired, headaches, but when you overcome that first week, the next week you feel great.
So would you agree that most people here today in the UK and Western society are sugar addicts?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what percentage of food do you see out in the supermarkets are sugar-based?
Oh my God, majority of the sugar. I think people don't realise that sugar is hidden in like sausages, bread, just pretty much everything you eat.
And obviously that's where a lot of people go wrong. And what about alcohol for yourself? What was your advice there in terms of women trying to lose weight and obviously fight against the alcohol intake?
Alcohol is just full of sugar, so you have to limit your intake. I mean, it's unrealistic to say you're going to completely give up alcohol if you enjoy drinking, but at the same time you need to be realistic. If you want to lose weight, you have to cut it down, and it's the same as anything. Moderately, it's okay, but if you're drinking every night, you're not going to lose weight.
So there's quite a lot of hype around cheat meals with bikini fitness models and also generally in the fitness domain. What advice would you give to women who are looking to have a bit of a balance with their life?
See, for me, it's not necessarily just bikini fitness for the cheat meal. I don't class it as a cheat as such, because it's living and it's life. So for me, I tend to stick to my diet during the week. So I apply like an 80-20 rule. So 80% of my diet is clean, good, wholesome foods, fats, carbohydrates. And then on the weekend, I go out with my husband and my children, and I will eat what I like off the menu, because that's a balance. But just don't let it roll into everyday life. Really,
do you find a lot of women nowadays are getting so obsessed with their food and nutrition that it's becoming an obsession, and also they're developing a love-hate relationship with food?
Yeah, definitely. I think women feel guilty for eating, guilty for having that slice of cake, or don't feel guilty. Just you've had it, let it lie. Don't eat the whole cake, and then the next day just get back on the plan. Really, and don't feel bad about it, because that's just life.
But obviously the psychological state of most people nowadays in terms of like their treats is that the treats are day to day or every hour occurrence.
Yeah.
Whereas now as a competitor, a treat actually is just a once a week or once in a blue moon attitude. Now, in terms of in terms of your own nutrition, coming up towards the shows, it's very strict and restricted. You've cut out sugar, you've cut out alcohol, you've obviously come off things like breads, etc. And that's quite extreme. So for any woman who just wants to stay generally fit and healthy, would you say idolising certain bikini fitness models is a bit too extreme?
Very, yeah. It's an unrealistic goal. To be a bikini competitor, you have to sacrifice a lot. To most people, that's not living, that's not life. And I think, you know, the best bit of advice I can give is just measure your own progress, really. Just have a small goal. For most women, to be a bikini competitor is a massive goal. So start off with something small, like.
So if someone's trying to transform themselves, so they're overweight, they're unhappy with themselves, they're starting a fitness journey. For them to go from this level here to then suddenly go extreme, where they're now looking to compare themselves against someone who perhaps has trained for years, dedicated themselves. It's going to be damaging, I'd imagine, for the psychological state of the woman.
Definitely. It's, you know, set small goals. Small goals is like, say, after my, you know, from my own experience, because I only got into bikini competing 2 years ago. So when I first started my fitness journey, it was buying a dress that was a size smaller, and then instead of having a chocolate bar, I'd have a bowl of berries. You know, so you don't feel like, you don't feel like you're deprived, or because I think for most women, to just completely cut off and give up everything straight away is unrealistic, and then that starts that whole binge eating.
It's like trying to get over an addiction.
Yeah, and you're suddenly cutting something out completely, and then the next day you're like, oh, I need to have something, and then you eat pizza, chocolate, and then it's a vicious cycle. You feel bad about yourself again and again and again. So I would say substitute it with something else, so you get that little fix, so you feel like you're having a bit of a treat, but it's something more natural as opposed to that chocolate bar.
Brilliant. Well, Sarah Loran, everyone. PC Gavin Townsend, thank you for watching.